There is no question that Monsanto is one of the most evil entities that has ever existed in the corporate world. Now, Monsanto right now, it's a $60 billion agricultural powerhouse, and now there's evidence that they not only fabricated studies that said their weed killer Roundup was safe, but they had also used people inside the Environmental Protection Agency to lie on their behalf. Now, for years, the company has said that Roundup was safe. They've been engaged in unending lawsuits to claim that there was no problem. As the proof, Monsanto touted the approval of the chemical by the Environmental Protection Agency, but now it seems that an act of corruption was the only way it was actually passed. The EPA declared Roundup safe for use even without even conducting tests on the actual formulation, but instead relying on industry research on just one of the chemical's active ingredients. The EPA's minimal standards do not require human health data submissions to be related to the formulated product. Here, Roundup, instead, EPA regulations require only studies and data that relate to the active ingredient, which in the case of Roundup is glyphosate. As a result, the body of scientific literature EPA has reviewed is not only primarily provided by the industry, but it also only considers one part of the chemical ingredients that make up Roundup. Donna Farmer, Monsanto's lead toxicologist, even admitted in her deposition that she cannot say that Roundup does not cause cancer because we, Monsanto, have not done the carcinogenity studies with Roundup. If that's not enough, here is an email she sent in 2009. You cannot say that Roundup does not cause cancer. We have not done carcinogenity studies with Roundup. Now, an independent investigation was carried out by the World Health Organization's IARC in 2015, and they came to a very different conclusion than Roundup and Monsanto and the EPA did. In their own independent study, they found that it does have a significant link to cancer, but that the internal documents also show that Monsanto went to incredible degrees to try to discredit the World Health Organization in order to justify continuing to sell the cancer-causing product. They decided to ghostwrite key sections of their report themselves. Monsanto wrote the report, the investigation, and then plotted to have independent scientists just sign their names to it as though they had actually done the scientific study. A less expensive / more palatable approach might be to involve experts only for the areas of contention, epidemiology and possibly MOA, depending on what comes out of the IARC meeting. And we ghostwrite the exposure tox and gen tox sections, but we would be keeping the cost now by us by doing the writing, and they would just edit and sign their names, so to speak. Is that enough to cover the corporation? Well, it's not. They felt that corruption within the EPA should supplement it. Jess Rowland, the EPA's Deputy Division Director of the Office of Chemical Safety and Pollution Prevention and Chair of the agency's Cancer Assessment Review Committee, if I can kill this, I should get a medal. We already know how terrible Monsanto is. The ridiculous, cartoonishly evil things that they have done to the world, including the Terminator seeds that have led to an astronomical amount of suicides inside of India, particularly as it pertains to peasant farmers. There's a long, long history of brutal exploitation, brutal censoring of anybody who disagrees with them, intimidation against those that sue them, and all kinds of terribly evil acts. Yet every single day, this company is allowed to continue to be a threat, not just to, local people, but to the entire world. They're poisoning the entire planet, and they are completely allowed to get away with this whatsoever because capitalism deems it okay. They are allowed to continue to poison people because it makes money, and that money in turn is used to bribe officials. It's very clear that capitalism as a system cannot handle this. It is in the profit motive interest, the very foundation of capitalism itself, that allows this to go on. This is not an aberrant behavior. This is not some kind of outside poisonous influence acting in an unethical way. This is a product of the very system itself, and that is what has to be abolished, because as it stands right now, and obviously for the foreseeable future, this kind of inhumanity is not something that capitalism even wants to get rid of, but something that it's not even capable of eliminating. Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.